What's going on, guys? My name is Palpatine Bricks, and today we have another rare LEGO Star Wars video. These are not in cases. These ones are exposed, and these is my second part of my most expensive LEGO Star Wars sets and rare in my entire collection. Now, I've got things in cases, I've got things graded, I've got different things. I'm going to talk about every single one of them in this video, exactly why it is expensive, and exactly why I have purchased it in my collection. Now, I want you to grab some popcorn. This is going to be a long video, not too long, but long enough for you to eat popcorn. We're going to start off with these small things here at the bottom, make our way up in these Temu bagged cases that have all these things in them. Starting us off with number one is the gold-plated Boba Fett. Now, this is not a real LEGO minifigure. This is just for my collection because I wish to have one for once in my life. I hope to have one day, but they're over $200,000, so I don't think that is going to be a possibility. So that's the number one thing that I have. It's not rare, but it is still cool and a part of this collection. The second minifigure, which you probably know, is the Jango Fett, and this is the original Jango Fett that came in the Jango Fett Slave 1 in 2002, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a very nice figure. It fetches around $500 to $600, so it's still worthy of being in this case. So that is the second minifigure of this. Then we've got a third minifigure. Now, this is a misprint version of Smooth Hair Leia. The only thing that makes this minifigure exclusive and reach above $500 is her hair. Her hair is smooth, unlike textured, and you could have gotten this in the Tantive 4, I believe, and also one other set, I just can't remember the name. But those are the three minifigures in the first standalone cases. The next ones are poly bags, and I've got sets, little bags, and things. So let's get into the poly bags. On this table, we've got 8 poly bags and 2 cases with a bit of a different thing. So I've got the Yoda fountain, which is not really exclusive because this instruction actually came in the Star Wars book thing, if you do remember that when it came out. But the thing that is expensive is this little bag in here with the actual pieces, as well as this little bag that comes with it. Now, in here, this is a little Lucasfilm bag that was given out to employees on the Skywalker Ranch. It has a bit of figures there like Leia, R2-D2, Millennium Falcon, obviously the Yoda fountain, and also a printed Lego Yoda, which is why this thing is so expensive. It is a zipper, so you open it up, and inside you actually get this little pillow thing. You get a lanyard. You get a Skywalker Ranch pen and a bunch of these cool little things from the Skywalker Ranch. So that's pretty cool. That's what makes this thing exclusive and worth almost $6,000. Now that makes that out of the way as a separate thing. Then we've got the 2 C-3POs. Now you might think, okay, you've probably seen these before. Now this one of 10,000 is a very common sort of rare thing. It still costs over $2,000, as you can see. There's a chrome C-3PO in there. This was handed out in 2007. There was 1 out of 10,000, and you were sent one of these if you applied to a form on the Lego magazine, I believe. So pretty cool that we have one of those sealed. But in Australia, where I am, you couldn't actually apply to that. So they couldn't sell poly bags in Australia for some reason. So they had to make this individual thing. And this was also 2007. There's nothing at the back. There's a bit of writing. 2007, it says, this was 1 out of 100 in Australia. And this one fetches a good $10,000 to $15,000 because of the rarity of this box itself. So they may look the same. It's the same year. It's the same minifigure. All it's different is the rarity of it and also the box art of them too. So that's pretty cool to see, a good addition in my collection. Little honorable mention here is the Luke that you got. It was one figure for free, and it was a Skywalker experience. I've got this thing in a box just to keep it safe. Nothing too special, but yet again, it is something that we have to have. Now, moving on to this poly bag, nothing interesting at all here about this poly bag. But this thing goes for around $5,000. And why, you may ask, this is the light up Darth Vader Toy Fair Nuremberg 2005 edition. If you were to get this thing today, you are looking to spend around $5,000. The poly bag is not in the best condition. It is wrinkled, which is not the best thing, but there's nothing I can do about that. And it was released to special people on the Toy Fair International in Germany. So very cool poly bag to have, and this is probably a holy grail to a lot of the poly bag collectors. Now, then we have 4 mainstream poly bags, which is a Darth Revan. Fetches around $500, and this is a figure from, I'm pretty sure, 2014. Yeah, and this thing used to be like $10. No one wanted this thing, and now it fetches $500. Then we have a Chrome Darth Vader. Also fetches $500 plus. I'm pretty sure it's $1,000 plus now for a Chrome Darth Vader. And then we've got an ARF Trooper as well. This thing fetches $300 or $400 up as well. And lastly, we have the VIP poly bag, which was a free exclusive to VIP LEGO Star Wars members in 2018. That's it. So those are 4 mainstream poly bags. Nothing too special here, but they're still expensive and rare. So I thought I'd show those off. Now, the last things that are on this table, there's 6 standard sets, but they're just really expensive and hard to get by. And then we've got a couple that are kind of altered and exclusive things on this table. So I'm going to start off with these 4 here, which are nothing too crazy. These fetch about $100 each. Sorry about the camera quality, I don't know what's happening there. We've got the droid one. We've got the Sith. Then we've got the Rebels / Luke / Han Solo Boba Fett one. So these ones had little plaques at the back. I don't know if you can see. There was actually other themes here, like the Ninja theme, the Rock Rangers, and the City theme. And obviously LEGO Star Wars was selling minifigures by themselves, which was really cool. And that's why I have them in this collection, because it's kind of like a staple in the LEGO Star Wars community. They don't really sell minifigures on their own, and it's cool to see that they've done that before. 2002, and this thing hasn't aged a little bit. I reckon this thing is still going to be better than that Mandalorian Naboo Starfighter that we're getting this year. This is an authentic, beautiful, shiny box, and this thing fetches a good couple thousand in today's market after being retailed for, I think, $100-something. This is crazy. Let's get the top one out of the way. This is the Santa Claus LEGO Star Wars Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, out of 1,000 LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. This was the only Advent Calendar that was a Comic Con exclusive, and this was actually the 2011 Star Wars Advent Calendar, just repackaged in this box and given away on the San Diego Comic Con. It is a very nice box. This thing goes for around $2,000 Australian or $1,500, something between there, which is pretty low considering only 1,000 of them were made. But I think there's not really much rarity in this set. It is nothing too crazy, but still it is a rare set in my collection. Now, this is a different thing that is not typically seen, but this is the Pepsi Cola promotion Lego Yoda statue. So we did have a UCS version of the Lego Yoda in 2000, and I don't remember the exact year, I think 2000. But this was a Pepsi Cola promotion, and the only thing that makes this thing exclusive, pretty sure, is the Lego logo back here and just it being glued. It is not actually, it is built, but it has been glued. So this is a very interesting little set. I think this thing goes for about $1,000 to $2,000, but it doesn't have the original Pepsi enclosure that some of them did. If you do find that, let me know and I will buy it off you. Then moving to the right, this is just a standard set, but what makes this thing expensive is this little pamphlet or sleeve, as many call it, on this X-Wing. So the story about this thing is in 29th of May 2012, they released Yoda Chronicles, or 2013, sorry. This was an exclusive Lego New York Yoda minifig, free with purchase. So you would buy this set and get a Yoda with this. As I did in the previous video, I showed off the Yoda, and it is a new I Love New York Yoda minifigure, and it comes with grey hair. There's also a white hair version. If you do have that one, I am willing to buy. And this sleeve is basically a Cartoon Network little promotional thing that came around the X-Wing. So you would buy this at New York Times Square, and then you would also get a Yoda with it, which is worth an absurd amount of money. Now, with this sleeve, with the Yoda, you're probably paying around 10 grand for this set by itself. Now, the set here to the right does not need an introduction. It's the set number 10123 Cloud City. It's got 698 pieces, and this is a staple in the Lego Star Wars community. This is, quote unquote, people say the rarest normal Lego Star Wars set ever made, which it is. This is a play scale set, and the only thing that makes this thing so desirable and wanted is the minifigures in the set. I have built this set before. I've had it used. I've had the minifigure. I've sold it to buy this one to keep in my collection. You get a Lando Calrissian, Luke, Leia, Han Solo, Boba Fett, Darth Vader, and a Stormtrooper. The only ones that are really desirable in this set, I would say, is Lando, Boba Fett, Luke, and Princess Leia. The rest are just common minifigures. Now, the most expensive minifigure in the set by itself is Boba Fett, and you have to spend around $2,000 to $3,000 just for that minifigure. So, this thing sealed, I would say around $9,000 to $10,000 if you were to buy it. You can find plenty online for about $8,500. It is still one of the most desirable sets ever in Lego Star Wars. They have made a remake of the Cloud City, but it just wasn't hitting the boxes for people, and this still remains the holy grail of Lego Star Wars. Now, in the middle here, this is another thing that has inflated the price so much as well, and it's because of the Jango minifigure. Now, I did show you guys that I had it in this little case here, $600 to $700 by itself for this minifigure here. But this set behind me actually has the Slave 1, the Boba Fett, and a cargo case. Now, what's special about this thing? It's the box, it's this little plaque here, and it's the cargo case. I don't know what's in the cargo case. I've had one used, and I still don't know what was inside. It obviously comes with a set that's worth a couple $1,000 by itself, but this cargo case just makes it $3,000 to $4,000 by itself, just this set. I don't have much to say about the set, except for it was a promotional kind of giveaway to sell that set because it wasn't doing that well, which is ironic because everyone wants it now. It's the standard 7153 set, but it just was an exclusive, kind of like a combo pack, like the 2 and 3-in-1 super packs that we see nowadays. But yeah, $3,000 to $4,000 for that set by itself. The last couple sets in this little video here are the Lego Star Wars maquettes. So these are made by Gentle Giants. You could have bought them at StarWarsShop.com, and there was 5 in total. Now, I've only got the 4 here because the last one, I haven't seen it for sale anywhere. I mean, I wish I could get it. I just haven't seen it. We've got a Darth Vader, a Luke Skywalker being the most common one, and then also Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett is the second most expensive one, and that's why it's in this little case here. It has a little bit of writing at the back. It's pretty interesting, but the boxes are a bit bigger. So the Luke Skywalker is the smallest, Darth Vader, and then these two, and the Dark Trooper that I am missing is the biggest. Now, the last set on this table is the clone building event. This is all it is a box. This was released in 2002 in Walmart stores in the US, and what this was an actual clone building event. You would go to the store, and in 60 seconds they would test how many clone troopers you could build. Now, it came in this little box, and you'd put your hand into this little clone trooper cutout, and then you would grab the clone troopers and build them on a base plate as fast as you possibly can. Now, the box is the exact same on all sides. There's nothing different. There was another one in 2010, but no one has seen one for sale in the past probably 10 years. If you do have that one, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to buy it off you. But that is it for this collection. I mean, this box itself will fetch about $10,000 on today's market, just the box, literally nothing else. and that's why it's so rare. But that's my part 2 of my most expensive and rare Lego Star Wars collection. I do also have the white Boba Fett back there, but it's nothing crazy compared to these. Thank you so much for staying tuned in this video and having some popcorn and going through some of these sets. I know it was a bit boring, but just want to show off and educate people on these type of sets when you do get to this point, and when you do buy these sets, get a wraparound of the prices, why they're expensive, do you need them, do you not need them, and so forth. But thank you so much for watching my video on Palpatine Bricks. Subscribe for more, and see you guys in the next video.